3 weeks ago, I got a phone call from my husband's best friend. He was crying. He said, quote, "Maya, I'm so sorry. We just buried Daniel." I dropped the phone. Because Daniel is my husband. And I was standing in our kitchen. Alive. 8 months pregnant with his baby. But that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is, Daniel paid $538,000 for that funeral. A funeral for me. A woman who isn't dead. My name is Maya Chen. And this is how I found out my husband had a second wife, a 2-year-old son, and why he needed me legally dead. Welcome back to Calm Drama Stories. If you've ever been betrayed by the person you trusted most, comment truth below. You're not alone. If you're new here, subscribe. Because today's story is about money, lies, and a DNA test that destroyed 2 families in 5 minutes. Let's start 15 years ago. Daniel and I met in college. Accounting majors. He was quiet, steady, the guy who color-coded his notes. I was the one who did taxes for friends for pizza money. We got married at 24. Bought a house at 27. For 15 years, we were that boring couple. Taxes on time. Savings account full. Friday night was takeout and spreadsheets. He handled all our money. I trusted him completely. Every month he showed me the statements. Mortgage paid. 401k growing. Emergency fund at $45,000. "Daniel, you're so good with money," I told him last Christmas. He smiled. Said, "That's my job. Protecting us." I was 7 months pregnant then. We had been trying for 6 years. Doctors said it was unexplained infertility. Then suddenly, I was pregnant. Daniel cried when we saw the heartbeat. He read baby books. Painted the nursery at 2 a.m. He was perfect. Or so I thought. What I didn't know was that every month, while he showed me our joint account with $45,000, he was moving money to another account. An account with $538,427.55. An account that wasn't mine. An account that was paying for a house 200 miles away. A house where another woman lived. A woman who called him daddy. March 14th, Tuesday. 3:17 p.m. I'm 8 months pregnant. Folding baby clothes. My phone rings. It's Marcus. Daniel's best friend since college. Best man at our wedding. He is sobbing. "Maya, I'm so sorry. The funeral was this morning. We buried him." "What?" I said. "Daniel. The car accident. Last night on Highway 16. The police called me to identify. I can't." I dropped the phone. My water didn't break, but my world did. I run to the garage. Daniel's car is gone. I call him. Straight to voicemail. I call the hospital. No Daniel Chen admitted. I call the highway patrol. No accidents on Highway 16 last night. I drive to Marcus's house. 1 hour. Pounding on his door. He opens it. Sees me. Pregnant. Alive. His face goes white. He drops to his knees. You're alive?" "Marcus, what funeral?" He can't speak. He hands me his phone. Open to a Facebook group. In memory of Daniel Chen 1989 to 2026. Photo of Daniel. Below it, 200 comments. R.I.P. brother. Gone too soon. With love, Sarah and little Jayden. Sarah. I don't know a Sarah. Who is Jayden? Marcus finally speaks. Sarah is his wife. Jayden is his son. He's 2. I laugh. It's not a happy laugh. It's the sound a person makes when their brain breaks. Marcus, I've been married to Daniel for 15 years. No, Maya. He married Sarah 4 years ago. In Vegas. I was the best man. I thought you knew. That you two had an arrangement. I don't go home. I drive to our bank. I tell them my husband died. I need to access accounts for the baby. The manager looks sad. Prints everything. Our joint account. $45,213.08. Just like Daniel showed me. Then she asks, "Do you need the trust account too?" "What trust account?" "The Chen family trust. Balance $538,427.55. Beneficiary, Jayden Chen. Age 2. My knees give out. The manager calls security thinking I'm having a medical event. I show her my ID. My marriage certificate. 15 years ago. She shows me Daniel's other marriage certificate. For years ago. Nevada. Both legal. Bigamy is illegal in 50 states. But Daniel found a loophole. He never divorced me. He just added a second wife. The trust was set up 3 years ago. Monthly deposits of $12,000. From our joint account. My money. Our baby's money. Going to his other son. I go home. Daniel's car is in the driveway. He is in the kitchen. Making tea. Like it's Tuesday. He sees me. Doesn't flinch. You're supposed to be dead, he says. Quiet. Like he's commenting on the weather. Marcus called me, I say. The funeral? He sighs. Sets down the tea. Sarah needed closure. Jayden needed a father who wasn't traveling for work anymore. You needed to be gone legally so I could put everything in his name. You faked my death? I had to. The trust pays out if the first spouse dies. $538,000. Tax-free. For Jayden. Our son needs college money, Maya. Our son, I say. I put my hand on my belly. He looks at me. Then at my stomach. Like he forgot it was there. That was a mistake, he says. You weren't supposed to get pregnant. The doctors said we couldn't. I didn't think. He runs a hand through his hair. Look, we can fix this. You'll sign papers. Say you were in hiding. Medical emergency. The funeral was a misunderstanding. I'll give you $50,000. You go away. Have the baby somewhere else. I'll say it's not mine. DNA test, I say. You think I won't do a DNA test? His face changes. First time I see fear. Maya, don't. We can't, I already called my lawyer. From the bank parking lot. The DNA test is tomorrow. If this baby is mine, I say, you are going to prison. For bigamy. For fraud. For faking a death certificate. He lunges for my phone. I step back. My water breaks. Right there on our kitchen floor. Daniel drives me to the hospital. Doesn't say a word. At the hospital, I tell the nurse, my husband faked my death. Call the police. She does. Police come. Daniel is in the waiting room. They take him in for questioning. 12 hours of labor. I deliver a boy. 7 pounds 4 ounces. Daniel's eyes. The nurse asks, do you want the father to see him? I say yes. Not for Daniel. For the DNA swab. They take it. Daniel is still with police. The detective comes to my room. Ma'am, we found the death certificate. Filed 48 hours ago. Signed by a Dr. Henson. Dr. Henson has been dead for 3 years. Forgery. Felony. We also found the trust. $538,000 funded with money from your joint marital assets. Embezzlement. Felony. And the second marriage license. Bigamy. Felony. Mr. Chen is looking at 20 years. The DNA results come back 48 hours later. 99.99% probability. Daniel is the father. I hold the paper. I hold my son. I name him Kai. Because Kai means ocean in Hawaiian. And I just survived a drowning. Daniel is arrested at the hospital. Bond set at $250,000. He doesn't have it. Because all his money is in Jayden's trust. A trust he can't touch for 16 years. Sarah shows up at the hospital. With Jayden. She's 26. She thought I died of cancer. Daniel told her we were divorced and I was sick. She had no idea I existed until Marcus called her about the funeral. She looks at Kai. Then at Jayden. Both have Daniel's eyes. She throws up in the hospital trash can. I didn't know, she says. I swear I didn't know. I believe her. Because Daniel lied to everyone. 6 months later. Court. Daniel pleads guilty to 3 felonies. Bigamy, forgery, wire fraud. He gets 12 years. No parole for 7. The judge says, Mr. Chen, you didn't just steal money. You stole 15 years from one woman and the truth from another. You fathered 2 children and tried to erase one to fund the other. The judge unfreezes the $538,000 trust. Splits it. $269,000 to me for Kai. $269,000 stays for Jayden. Sarah gets nothing. Because she wasn't legally married. Bigamy means the second marriage is void. Sarah loses the house. It's in Daniel's name, and it's now part of his seized assets. She and Jayden move in with her parents. She texts me once, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I don't reply. Not because I'm cruel. Because there's nothing to say. We are both widows of a man who is still alive. Last week, I got a letter from Daniel. From prison. He wrote, I did it for Jayden. You and Kai would have been fine. You have family. Jayden only had me. I didn't write back. Because my son will never read a letter that says he was the mistake and the other kid was the reason. I sold our house. Moved to Oregon. Got a job doing remote bookkeeping. Kai is 6 months old now. He laughs like Daniel used to. Before the lies. I don't tell him about his father yet. One day I will. I'll say, your father loved you, but he loved his lies more. And sometimes, love isn't enough to make a person good. Sarah and I don't talk. But I sent her Jayden's half of the trust. Anonymously. Through my lawyer. Because Jayden is too. He didn't choose his father. And he shouldn't pay for Daniel's sins. Me and Sarah? We're not friends. We're not enemies. We're just two women who survived the same man. And we both have his eyes looking back at us from our sons. Here's what I know now. If a man is too good with money, check where it's going. If your husband's best friend cries when he sees you alive, ask why he thought you were dead. And if you're ever told you need to disappear for your family's sake, run. Because the only reason a man erases you is when he's already written you out of his future. My name is Maya Chen. I was buried for 48 hours. But I came back. With a son. With $269,000. And with the truth. Daniel got 12 years. I got the rest of my life. And Kai? He got a mother who will never let a man make him disappear. If you've ever been lied to by the person you trusted most, comment truth below. You're not alone. And the truth? It always comes out. Even if someone has to dig it out of a grave.